Our next guest is a soccer legend. Brandi Chastain is a two-time Olympic gold medalist and Women's World Cup champion. Yesterday marked 25 years since her game-winning penalty kick at the 1999 World Cup, a moment captured in this iconic picture. Recently, there's been a new surge of interest in women's sports. The women's sports industry is expected to generate, check this number out, revenue of more than $1 billion this year, which is up 300% since 2021. Brandy, Pop the Champagne Chastain joins us now first on CBS Mornings. How are you doing?
I am great. It's nice to be here with you this morning and talking women's sports. This is wonderful.
Let's do it. But let's go back, though. We want to go back to that photo, that iconic picture at the 1999 World Cup. What do you remember about that moment?
Oh, there's so many memories. And honestly, I think every 5 years, 10 years, something different crops up for me. You know, my life is evolving. I became a mom, a grandmother, you know.
A grandmother?
Yes,
Oh my
I have
goodness.
3 little grandkids.
Wow.
It's awesome. And, you know, what does sport mean to girls and why is it so transformational? And so that picture, I love being able to have conversations with people who say, I was there or I watched that. And immediately I say, okay, where were you sitting? Why did you show up? You know, who were you with? And what did it mean to you? Because, you know, it touches us all differently, but that moment was really, in that picture was joy, relief, gratitude, just insanity.
And I have to say this as an athlete, as a former football player. You know, you oftentimes mention young girls, which is true.
Yeah.
But I would also say young boys who turned into men. Because in that moment, I shifted my perception of women athletes. Because I saw raw passion. I saw you take your shirt off, like men do all the time. And I saw people in an uproar for some reason. But for me, I wasn't in an uproar. It was almost like for the first time in my life, I came to the realization that we need to honor and respect and celebrate women's sports just like we do men's sports.
Well, we've been around for a long time.
Of course.
And I think that also is the messaging that young girls and young boys can experience the same joy, the same lessons, the same camaraderie that happen through sports that transform their future lives. And we know that for young girls specifically, and I agree with you, I have sons, so for me, it's important for them to recognize the power of women in sports, but the power of women in general. But, you know, we have women who are in executive positions, 80% of them come through sports.
That's right.
And so it's very valuable.
And I love talking about women in executive positions because you are one of those women now, part owner in one of the new club teams, National Women's Soccer League team in the Bay Area, the Bay FC.
Yeah, it's been a remarkable journey to this point, and to see a team run out onto the field for the first time, it was very emotional and very empowering. To see the stadium full, to your point, the array of people, the age of array of people is remarkable. They're consuming women's sports because they enjoy the teamwork, the skill, the power, the grace. And we feel and have always felt, I've been singing from the rooftops about women's sports and the power of women's sports and the beauty of women's sports for 5 decades. And I think we are now at a point, we see it with the WNBA, we see it with the Women's Professional Hockey League, that the consumer is also ready for women's sports.
The consumer is catching up.
We've always been here, but...
That's a fact.
Time is also catching up with us in the sense that the Olympics are right around the corner. The women's team, Team USA, is preparing. You've got 2 gold medals, so you know something about preparing. What is a player... A person has played 1 million soccer games, but there's only one Olympics every 4 years. So how do you prep for that?
The same way you do your everyday work. I'm sure it's the same as you do. You come in, you're intentional, you have objectives, whether they're, you know, today's objectives, the week's objectives, the season objective. But in an Olympics tournament, it's, you know, it's group stage, game by game. You know, what do you think is going to be offered to you in that opportunity? Where do you have maybe a little bit of strength over their team? What is the area where we can really impact and influence the outcome.
But you like this team. You think they're
I
ready?
like this team. This is going to be a very exciting Olympics because Emma Hayes is brand new to our team.
Yeah.
She comes from over in the UK. And
Brandy, we got to get going.
Oh, no.
yeah.
But we're going to be great.
Go USA!
Brandi Chastain, thank you. The 2024 National Women's Soccer League Championship game will be played at CPKC Stadium this fall, the first stadium built for professional women's soccer, and you'll be able to watch it on CBS and Paramount+.